Hey, this is Heather B. with her well-being, Ayurveda, and yoga. Welcome to this new moon yoga practice for resilience and strength. The new moon is in particular a time of renewal, a chance to set intentions and build quiet strength from within, and also build our strength reserves. Hi. This practice will support you in cultivating resilience while honoring the need for rest, reflection, and introspection. Let's get started. So first I want to invite you to lay hands on your body, and we'll be sitting here for a few minutes. You can also lay down if you think that would feel better. I'm going to sit on a cushion. Elevate your hips just a little bit with a cushion or a blanket. That could be helpful. I've also got this bolster too. And we'll take a few moments to check in. Whether you're sitting upright or laying down, feel your body breathing. You might like to close your eyes or keep them open, but get a sense of how your body is being breathed right now. You might place a hand on your soft belly. You might place a hand over the center of your chest or heart center, and just get a sense of how your body is being breathed right now. With each inhale, invite in renewal. And with each exhale, release anything that doesn't seem to belong, doesn't fit or feel right. Anything that doesn't serve in this moment, anyways. Feel the body moving with your breath. And with this, we'll set intention for this practice. What strength do you want to cultivate? Or rather, what inner strength do you want to cultivate? Now breathe into your intention as it arrives. Next, I'll guide you through the three-part breathing. So it goes like this. On your next inhalation, breathe into your abdomen, your belly. Feel your soft belly, perhaps expand a little bit on that inhale. And release, relax on the exhale. Just get a sense of a few belly breaths. Oh, let me set my timer here. And now on your next inhale, see if you can breathe up into your rib cage and start to elongate the whole torso as you do so. Inhale, draw in this energy of renewal. Bring it into the belly. Feel the belly expand. Bring it up into the ribs. Feel the ribs expand, and then release and let go on the exhale. Just a couple more times like that. Inhale, belly and ribs. Feel that expansion. Maybe there's a gentle hold at the top of that inhale if it feels good, and then let it go. Once more like that. Belly, inhale up into rib cage. Feel that spaciousness and expansion, and then let it go on the exhale. Good. Now we'll try to move from the ribs up into the chest without bringing the shoulders with. Try to keep the shoulders soft here. Maybe a couple of shoulder rolls might be helpful. Taking the breath into the belly on your next inhale. up into the ribs, and finally into the upper chest. The lungs reach all the way up here to the collarbones. And so you might feel a gentle rise here at the top of the chest. And if you want, you can place your fingertips here at your collarbone. Remember to keep the shoulders relaxed. Full breath in. Maybe there's a gentle hold, and then let it go on the exhale. Sigh it out if that feels good. Once more, belly, ribs, chest. Let that breath rise, and then let it go. Maybe once more into the belly, ribs. Expand them even more. Upper chest. Hold just for a moment. Let it go on the exhale. And then take a moment. You can leave hands where they are. You can switch them up, or you can place them somewhere in your lap. And just take a few moments to observe. How did that feel? Without engaging with the mind and conversation too much, internal conversation, just get a sense, a physical sense of what that was like. Maybe there's also some energy in the mind as well, as we're bringing the breath up from the belly, diaphragmatic breathing, all the way up to the upper lobes of the lungs, stimulating oxygenation. So you might feel a little lift there. Maybe not, that's okay. You can hang out there as long as you want. Now I'm going to transition into tabletop pose. So you can meet me there when you're ready. Maybe you're ready to get rid of some socks so you can feel your feet on your mat. You might like some padding for your knees. Take the hands down onto your mat, under the shoulders here. Roll the shoulders back, push the hands and the lower legs down, even the tops of the feet. Press the ground away and round your back. You can drop your head, draw the chin in, take a long exhale here. And then when you're ready, come back. Roll the shoulders back, soft elbows, look forward, bring the belly in. Again, gentle hold at the top, only if that feels good. At the inhale, exhale, let it go round through the spine. Push down into the hands, down into the arms, round the shoulders, the back, drop the head. Good. Keep the breath flowing. There's our first flow. Cat-cow pose. Flexing and nourishing the whole spine. Maybe there's a gentle rock that's happening here, front to back. So notice how much the pelvis is moving here to initiate the movement. Good. And then we'll settle back, sink the hips back, the child's pose. You can take the knees wide here, reach the arms forward, and release the chest down towards your mat. Take the shoulders really broad here. So you can bring the chin down or even bring a block under the forehead and take a few breaths here. Feel the whole spine lengthened. And again, if you want, you can take a 3-part breath here. That is entirely up to you. Soft shoulders here, soft arms and hands. Big breath in, sigh that breath out. And then when you're ready, come forward. And I like to use blocks here if you have those handy. And step 1 foot forward, doesn't matter which one. And we'll start to rock forward and back, tuck the back toes as you glide the hips back. Again, a blanket or a little pillow under the knee can be helpful. And scoot that forward just a little bit here. Much better. Yeah, pad those joints. All right, just flexing the spine. Again, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart as the hips glide forward, and then stretch back into this hamstring stretch. Hang out here as much as you'd like. Or come forward, creep forward, roll the shoulders back, and sink the hips forward. Stretch the front of that opposite hip. It's a little back and forth motion here to warm up the legs, the hips, the hamstrings. Good. And then we'll switch legs. So bring that front foot back. Maybe you switch your padding to the other knee. Step the other foot forward. Same thing, roll the shoulders back. Glide the hips forward as much as it feels comfortable. Let this front knee glide forward, lift the heart. And then when you're ready on an exhale, sink the hips, glide them back. My toes are tucked behind me here. So a couple more times, forward and back. Find a comfortable breath flow here, moving with the rhythm of your breath. Nice. And then hanging out any place that feels really nourishing. It feels good to stretch that hamstring a little bit more. This knee can stay soft. Maybe it feels better to hang out here, stretching the front of this hip. So you get to decide. Maybe you're rolling the shoulders back if you're gliding hips forward. And then we'll switch legs again. Find child's pose once more. You can choose knees wide, knees together, and you might even like to try this time the bolster, which can feel really nice. Hugging the bolster in between the knees and trying a supportive child's pose here. Again, feel your body breathing. Take a moment to check in. You see where we are in my notes. Okay, excellent. We're going to come up onto our feet from here. So if you'd like, you can come up through downward facing dog if that's your thing. Stretching out the backs of the legs. Maybe walk the hands forward just a little bit. You can do any movements here. Stretch out the backs of the legs. Whatever feels good. I like the bolster here for downward dog because you can kind of just lay your head down, get a little bit more support as you're stretching out the legs, and then walk the hands back towards your feet a little bit towards the hands. I'm going to move this out of the way. Good, and then take your time coming to standing, and we'll start to establish mountain pose. Take your time. Do any movements on the way up, maybe some swinging or swimming of the shoulders. Good. Take a moment to find stillness. Plant your feet. Root them down. Soft knees. Feel your weight really rooting you down. Feel your body in time and space and breathe here. Take a moment to check in. Find a neutral pelvis here so that the pelvis isn't tipping forward or under, tail under. Look for a neutral pelvis. This is a strong place to be. Take a wide step out or forward so that you can face the long side of your mat. And we'll do some goddess breaths here. I love these. So I'll demonstrate, or you can do this with me. Plant your feet down, feet comfortably wide, toes pointing generally away from you. Take a breath and reach. And then exhale and sink down. The hips straight down. And let me just adjust my camera just a little bit so that you can, whoops. All right, there we go. Okay. I'm back. All right, here we go again. Inhale, reach the arms high if you want. You can look up. Exhale, sink the hips straight down like an elevator. The shoulders relax as you bring the hands down in front of the heart center. Good. Hang out there for a minute and then come back up on your next inhale. Reach for the sky. Maybe there's a gentle pause at the top of the inhale. Slowly exhale as you sink the hips straight down. Now, adjust your stance so you feel really strong here as your hips are sinking straight down. We'll do that a couple more times together. Reach, bring it in, palms together. Sink down. Nice. Once more. Gentle hold at the top. Exhale. Bring it down slowly. You can take a couple cycles of breath if you need to. Hang out here for a moment. Breathe. Feel the power and strength in the lower body. Press both feet down. Hug the muscles toward the bones. Good, you can do this. Breathe. Eventually bring the hands down to your thighs. Maybe you'd like to take a wider stance here. You might let your hips drop a little bit further as we press our hands down onto the thighs. You can take a half twist here if you want, leaning one shoulder forward and then the other, just like so. Maybe looking over that back shoulder. Take your time with this. You know, imagine a cat. If you live with a cat, you know what I mean. They take their time. When they stretch, they really enjoy it. And then come on up slowly. Point your toes forward now towards me. And dip forward. Hinge at the hips for wide-legged forward fold. Again, you can bring in any props you like here. Maybe a couple of blocks. Move the sky. Cool. Okay. Use the props for support under the hands, under the arms. Maybe there's a little swing here from side to side. Then one knee, then the other knee. Bring the hands down to the ground. Back up a little bit here. You can do a figure 8 on the ground here with the hands for a side stretch. And slowly rise. Take your time. Lift the chest. Press down through strong legs. Good. And then take the arms out wide. We're going to set up for warrior pose. Vira Vajrasana. Vira meaning strength. So point your one set of toes away from you towards the front of your mat. And then reach one arm forward, the other arm back. Good, you can lift the palms if you like. Maybe that helps you to relax your shoulders. And if you love warrior pose, you can hang out here a little bit longer. You can do some variations, reaching for the sky, bending and straightening that front knee. Maybe you'd like to reach up with that front arm to reverse your warrior. Whatever you like to do, maybe you'd like to tip forward and come into triangle pose. So take a moment to play, just to work with this really strong base in the lower body. Whatever you like to do. Or you can follow along. Nice. We're going to do that to the other side. So now toes forward towards me. Bring the other set of toes towards the back of your mat. Bend into that other knee. Reach away. And reach the arms away. Palms up. Relax the shoulders. Again, you can hang out here and just ground down. Really strengthen. You can add some movement here. You feel like you need more fluidity. Nice. You can come into reverse warrior. Stretch out. Up and back a little bit. You can come into side angle. I forgot that one. Side angle. Reaching up and overhead. And then from there, that's a nice transition for triangle. So find your own flow. There's no right or wrong. And then meet me back in goddess pose. Take the hands down to the thighs, press down. Maybe take a comfortable twist. Maybe there's one more forward fold here. And before we come down, we're going to work on tree pose. So bring the feet closer together for tree pose, for Shasana. So first, feel your strong mountain. Press both feet down, soft knees. I'll give you a side view here. So again, connect with a neutral pelvis. Not leaning forward or tilting back, just like so. So you might shift your way over to one foot first. Bring the knee up, grab hold. So you can hang out here if this feels like a good challenge for you. If you're close to a wall, grab hold with a free arm, okay? Or a piece of furniture, whatever's nearby, or a person. Hi, I'm gonna hold on to you. Okay. From here, if you want to, notice that my bottom, my supporting leg is bent. You can bring that knee out to the side and grab hold of the ankle and bring the foot to press against the inner thigh, the opposite leg. Okay, so that's something to play with here, here, keeping hold of the knee, tapping down anytime you need to. And then if you want to, grabbing hold of the ankle, bring the foot into the inner thigh, tap down anytime you want. So let's play with that just for a couple more minutes. Knee up. Hang out here, find your stability and strength first, then move on. Knee out to the side. Just let the foot hang out. If you want, grab hold of that ankle. Bring it up and in. Bring the belly in. Strong core here. And you can let go if you want to. My foot's going to slide down my leg. That's totally optional. Find your own shape in tree pose for Shasana. We're going to move to the other side. Shift your weight over to the other foot. Again, bring the knee up. Grab hold and soften the other knee. No need for it to be plumb straight. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can bring that knee out to the side. Move in stages, right? Be realistic and find strength and stability where you are first before you move on. Good, and then know you can tap that foot down at any time and start over, or go for the ankle. Bring the foot in, press the foot against the thigh against the foot. Keep playing with that. Nice. Lift the chest, broad shoulders. You can reach the arms if that feels right. Step the foot down and come back to center. Breathe. Check in. Notice how your body is breathing, how that feels. How do you feel? Remember, there's no right or wrong here. It's whatever your experience is, however your experience is unfolding for you. And then we'll slowly make our way down to the ground. If you want, you can turn towards the front of your space, bend the knees, take the hands down to the ground, step back to downward facing dog. Maybe there's a stretch here for a minute or two. Maybe you're coming straight down into child's pose, knees together or wide. Again, that's your choice. Maybe you'd like to bring in that cozy bolster. For some support here, smashing my mic, that's probably not a good idea. I use a block here for support. Roll the hips back. So you're not causing back strain. And relax here. You can stay here in child's pose. If you want to stretch your legs out a little bit more, you can sit down, bring the legs out to the side, and come forward this way. Whatever feels good, you do you. That is the invitation. And then we'll slowly make our way into relaxation. So hang out a little bit longer, just so you know where we're going. Keep the bolster. And use it under. Let's see. Okay. Use it under my hips. Just for a quick inversion here, bridge pose. I'm going to lay my hips right on the bolster. This is a supportive version of bridge pose. Let the shoulders rest on the earth. Feel your feet. Feel the support from the bolster. Take a few breaths to wind down here. This pose also helps to create some openness in the chest and the heart, bringing the shoulders together underneath you. And it's up to you. Maybe you'd like to bring one leg up and then the other. For legs up, if you're against a wall, that would be legs up the wall. Maybe you'd like to take a forward fold here with the legs coming towards you. Whatever you'd like to do here that feels really nourishing, stretching out the body and listening to the body for whatever it needs in this moment. Being able to provide the self-care that is needed from moment to moment by listening to the body. So anytime you can, if you want to stay up here, you can straighten out the legs. That feels good. Just stretch the front of the hips. There's a little bit of a back bend here. So if that doesn't feel good, you can take away the bolster. Maybe plant it under the knees, especially if you like low back support. And we'll spend a few moments here in relaxation. Notice the breath, maybe lay hands on the body just as you did earlier. Check in with your breathing. And I'll lead you through a short guided meditation here, guided relaxation. Bring back to mind and to the heart, center your intention. Whatever that was, remember at the beginning of the practice, as we set our intention for strength, and what strength do you want to cultivate? Remind yourself of that, hold that in your heart center, and imagine planting a seed of intention within, deep within, knowing that it will slowly grow over time, even as the moon is waning in this new moon phase. Planting that seed is the beginning. It is the beginning of the growth cycle. It is the beginning of the renewal and rebirth cycle. So imagine that seed being planted within. Mention some encouraging words for this little seed. Grow, little seed, grow, whatever you want to say, these encouraging words, because we as well will need these encouraging words as we build upon our inner strength so we can have the strength for ourselves and for others, to stand up for our beliefs, to be strong even in our own beliefs, based in our own inner truths. So take a few moments just to breathe into that, breathe into your little seed of intention for inner strength. Breathe into the cycle of growth of life, knowing that the cycle has times of rest and reflection. And in the cycle, there are times of growth and expansion, and to honor that cycle and honor that cycle that we ourselves find in our bodies, in our monthly cycle through the lunar cycle. Take a few more breaths, breathing in renewal, receiving that sense of inner strength, potential, possibility, and breathe out anything that doesn't serve, anything that's not you, that doesn't have a place in this cycle. Thank you for sharing this practice with me, and may this new moon bring you strength, resilience, and renewal. Take this intention with you off of the yoga mat and into your life. Let it always be a source of strength for you.